records above 500 and posted a 9-6 record over that span to lead their division by 1 game. Tonight, it's the Yankees at Fenway Park, hoping to take over first place by the end of the weekend. The last time these two teams met, there was no shortage of drama. 2-2 to Hillenbrand. Into the air to left, high and deep, way back and gone! Soriano runs, the pitch is strike, the throw, they got him! Look out. The payoff pitch. Over the outside corner, he struck him out! Pedro Martinez takes the mound tonight, hoping to keep his team in first place. Pedro versus the Yankees on a beautiful night at Fenway Park. This is as good as it gets in the month of May. A sellout crowd streaming into Fenway Park on a gorgeous May night to watch ancient rivals renew one of the great rivalries in all of sports. For the 5th time this season, the Red Sox and the New York Yankees go head-to-head at Fenway Park. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm Sean McDonough. Delighted to have you with us. Anytime the Red Sox and Yankees go head-to-head, it's a special night. And tonight, as they enter into this series, they post the 2 best records in all of Major League Baseball. The Red Sox have Major League Baseball's best record at 30-13, but there are the Yankees right on their heels, only 1 game behind in the American League East. The key, as is so often the case in baseball, pitching. Both teams getting outstanding pitching this season. They're the top 2 pitching staffs in the American League in ERA. The Red Sox 1, the Yankees are 2. They're also 1-2 in opponents' batting average against. The Yankees best in that category. And both pitching staffs have done an excellent job keeping the ball in the ballpark. The Red Sox have allowed a league-low 28 home runs, and they'll be tested by the Yankees, who far and away lead the majors in homers. They've hit 74, 17 more than any other team in Major League Baseball. Jerry, it's always special when the Red Sox and Yankees go head-to-head, and even though it's May, some meaning here tonight.
Well, the great thing about this series, Sean, both clubs are playing great baseball, and of course, the last time the Yankees were in town, the Red Sox won 3 out of the 4 of those games, but that was very early in the season. You got a better barometer now on both of these teams. This should be a real fun weekend. Is it a major accomplishment for somebody? Yes. If the Red Sox can win 4 games over here, then the Yankees are down 5, and they've got to play catch-up. Other than that, you know, it's kind of a wash.
Interesting starting pitching matchup tonight. The starting pitchers are brought to you by Lexus, pursuing perfection. It will be Pedro Martinez trying to keep his perfect record intact. He is 6-0 for the 2nd straight season. He'll be opposed by the lefty Ted Lilly. Don't be deceived by that 1-3 record. He's pitched very well for New York this year. Tonight, his first ever start at Fenway. First pitch in just a moment. Boston Red Sox baseball on Fox 25 is brought to you by... Setting for game 1 of this 4-game series. Not a cloud in the sky overhead, just a bit of a breeze. The only major weather factor blowing straight out towards center field as the ball game begins. Red Sox at 30-13. I guess those standings, Jerry, a good news, bad news situation. The Red Sox have played about as well as they can, you would think. They have the 2nd best record they've ever had through 43 games in franchise history, surpassed only in 1946. And yet there are those Bronx Bombers 1 game behind.
And that's what makes this weekend series so exciting. Both clubs playing terrific baseball.
And Pedro Martinez and the Red Sox have just taken to the field, and the Yankees starting lineup is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Alfonso Soriano having an MVP type season for the Yankees leads off. Derek Jeter is the shortstop. Bernie Williams, the center fielder, bats 3rd. The cleanup hitter, first baseman Jason Giambi. And he's been red hot over the last 10 games with better than an RBI per game. Jorge Posada, the catcher, bats 5th. Robin Ventura is the 3rd baseman. Rondell White in left field batting 7th. John Vanderwall is the right fielder. And the DH, Nick Johnson, will hit 9th against Pedro.
Perfect 6-0 for Pedro. The 2.80 ERA is 5th best now in the American League. He has 63 strikeouts on the season. That's 2nd in the league to Roger Clemens, who has 73. In his career against New York, 17 starts, a record of 6-6, with a 2.74 ERA and no decision back on April 13th. The Red Sox eventually won that game 7-6.
Just the 500 career record against the Yankees, but there have been a number of games during that time when the Red Sox have not given Pedro much or any run support. They'll try to give him excellent defensive support tonight. The Red Sox defense behind Pedro, with Ricky Henderson in left field, Johnny Damon in center, and Trot Nixon in right. Shea Hillenbrand, the third baseman, Nomar Garcia-Parra at shortstop. Ray Sanchez at second, Tony Clark at first, and Jason Varitek is behind the plate. Red Sox have made just 27 errors. Only Baltimore with 23 has made fewer in the American League. Mark Hirschbeck, the home plate umpire. Paul Schreiber at first base. Jim Reynolds at second base, and Matt Hollowell has the plays at third. Joe Torre and the Yankees, very hot as they arrive here in Fenway Park. They had a 6-game winning streak snapped yesterday by Toronto, but they have won 8 of their last 10. And Grady Little and the Red Sox trying to end a 2-game losing streak. They lost the last 2 games of their 3-game series with Chicago. Red Sox have not lost 3 in a row this year. Alfonso Soriano leads off. And the first pitch from Pedro is up and in for ball 1. 75 delightful degrees at game time. Soriano hitting .322. He's 8th in the American League in hitting. He's tied for 5th in homers with 11. And he has driven in 33 runs. Part of a 5-way tie for 7th in the American League in runs batted in. Swing and a miss, 2-1. That breeze blowing out towards center at 14 miles per hour at game time.
Soriano certainly a free swinger. As a leadoff hitter, he's only walked 7 times and he has struck out 53. But the rest of the numbers are terrific for this young player.
He's tied for the league lead in strikeouts with Greg Vaughn of Tampa Bay. Pops that one up in right field. Nixon a few steps in to make the catch. 1 out. Red Sox have their top 3 starters lined up to go in this series. John Burkett will pitch here tomorrow. Derek Lowe on Saturday, and Darren Oliver, who has had lots of success against the Yankees in his career, will pitch on Sunday. They have the 4 guys they would want to pitch lined up to go against the Yankees in this series. Yankees will counter with Clemens tomorrow night, Wells on Saturday, and Messina on Sunday. And Joe Torre's probably not all that upset about his starting rotation in this series either. Derek Jeter lines the first pitch into right.
Derek Jeter right now, that's a 14-game hitting streak for Jeter. Came into the game hitting .308, a .196 career hitter against Pedro, but that time he takes the cut fastball and has the line drive base hit to the opposite field.
Batting third, number 51, the center fielder, Bernie Williams.
14-game hitting streak, most by a Yankee this year. And here's Bernie Williams, hitting .287, 9 homers and 23 runs batted in. One strike on the outside corner to Williams. He's scuffling lately, 1 for his last 11. Jeter a short lead as he's held by Clark at first. Chopped on the left side. Hillenbrand, Sanchez on to first. Double play. After a half inning, the Yankees nothing, the Red Sox coming up. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
Some help from his infield as the double play to get out of the inning. And pitchers love those double plays. Very close play at first base, but they do get Bernie Williams to end the first inning.
So now the Red Sox coming up for the first time tonight. Their lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Ricky Henderson, the left fielder, will lead off. Johnny Damon is the center fielder. Batting third tonight, playing third base, Shea Hillenbrand in that number 3 spot, in part because he leads the majors with a .500 batting average against left-handed pitching. Nomar Garcia-Parra will hit cleanup tonight in the absence of Manny Ramirez. Jason Varitek, the catcher, hits 5th. Jose Offerman is tonight's DH. Tony Clark at first base. Rod Nixon, the right fielder, hits 8th, and batting 9th, the second baseman Ray Sanchez. Against Ted Lilly, the 1-3 record isn't impressive, but the rest of the numbers are.
Yeah, the Yankees have only been scoring about 3.5 runs per game in the starts that Lilly has made. He replaced Andy Pettit in the starting rotation. Of course, Pettit on the disabled list. Opponents hitting 162 off Lilly. Very, very impressive. And against the Red Sox in his career, he's made 2 appearances, a total of 7 2/3 innings, and allowed 2 earned runs. Did have a start against him last year in New York.
He's a guy who moved into the rotation because of injuries, and they haven't been able to get him out of there because he's pitched very well, and they haven't had all their starters at full health. Rondell White, Bernie Williams, and John Vanderwall comprise the Yankee outfield. Robin Ventura, Derek Jeter, Alfonso Soriano, and Jason Giambi the infield, and Jorge Posada behind the plate. And here's Ricky to lead off the Boston first, hitting .236. A homer and 8 runs batted in. Ricky's had a quiet homestand, 4 for 22, a 182 average. Check swing and a foul ball.
Ricky tonight playing in his 3,001 game, first game. That ties him with Cal Ripken on the all-time list.
A tie for 7th place on that list. Lilly, a 26-year-old Californian, throws a strike. 0-2. He's 6'1". They list him at 190 pounds, but the Yankee people will tell you probably weighs less than that. In his second season with the Yankees a year ago, he was 5-6, used primarily as a starter. Has not had a full season in the major leagues. Broke in '99 with Montreal. The 0-2 to Ricky. Fisted foul to the right.
Yeah, he was involved in that deal that sent Arabu up to Montreal. The Yankees got 3 pitches for Arabu. And Hideki Arabu now the closer for the Texas Rangers, and doing a good job.
Doing a fabulous job. Contending for the league lead in saves. Another 0-2. And then a looping breaking ball high. Notice the big disparity in the velocity. The breaking ball only about 70 miles an hour. You can get the fastball up there in the low 90s. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt. 2-2 on Ricky.
A little bit of a slump now for Henderson. 4 for his last 22. That average down to 236. Of course, he was sick for a while over that past weekend. Did not play because of illness.
Fastball, chopped foul. Red Sox bats quiet the last couple of nights. They were shut out last night by the White Sox on an impressive performance by John Garland. And perhaps the absence of Manny Ramirez starting to take effect. Off-speed pitch, strike 3.
Well, Lilly featured all of his pitches in that first at bat to Henderson. The fastball, the big slow curveball, and finally the changeup to pick up the strikeout.
Number 18, the center fielder.
Especially against left-handed pitches, I think right now it's starting to show up that the Red Sox do miss Ramirez, especially against those lefties.
It's only natural that they would miss him. He's the leading hitter in the league. He had a terrific start. Johnny Damon takes a ball low. Damon hitting second tonight with Ricky in the lineup ahead of him at .335, 4th in the American League in batting average. 3 homers and 18 runs batted in for Damon. A strike, 1-1.
Talked Sean about the struggles against lefties. The Red Sox have only hit 2 home runs off left-handed pitches, one by Manny, one by Jason Varitek.
line, a fair ball. Past Ventura into the left field corner. Rondell White will play it back in, but not before Damon has another double. 8th double of the season for Damon. He's had a terrific homestand, and the Red Sox have a runner in scoring position.
He's done this quite often too. He has that third baseman playing in, respecting his speed and bunting ability, and then just slaps the ball by him all the way down in the corner. When it gets done spinning, then it'll get picked up by Rondell White, and it'll be a double for Johnny Damon.
Shea Hillenbrand, the number 3 hitter in the Red Sox lineup tonight, hitting .321. Go to second. Damon is back. Damon's hit better than .400 now on the homestand with that hit. Hillenbrand has 9 home runs, 35 runs batted in. He's 4th in the American League in runs batted in. Change up for a strike.
Shea's still the best hitter in the American League against left-handed pitching. He's at an even .500 coming into the ball game tonight.
He took an 0 for 4 last night, but that was pretty common up and down the Red Sox lineup with the game they had pitched against them. He had a season low 3 hits last night against Garland and the White Sox. A pop up in foul ground. And into the seats. It looked like it was going to be playable most of the time. It was in the air for Ventura, but he couldn't get it.
Most of the time you see both the shortstop and third baseman in that area trying to make the play, but third base was vacant, and that caused Derek Jeter to get over to cover third base.
The 0-2 pitch fouled out a play to the right. Second series of the season between these two teams. The Yankees were here in mid-April. The Red Sox won 3 out of 4. Red Sox will be in New York next weekend. 0-2 breaking ball, line foul into the stands and left.
I remember in that first series, Pedro hit Giambi a couple of times. David Wells threw behind Trot Nixon. Mariano Rivera dropped Hillenbrand with an up and in fastball after his game-winning home run.
There were some hostilities in that series. Inside.
Those fastballs from Lilly look like they're about 98 miles an hour, but they've only been registering about 88. Everything else is so soft. The changeup and curveball makes that fastball look a little quicker than it actually is.
In the air in right center, a long run for Vanderwall. He's there to make a sliding catch. And Damon's back to second with 2 outs.
Yankee defense has not been great this year. As Sean mentioned, they come in 10th in the league defensively, but a fine play here by John Vanderwall. Got a great jump on the ball and takes extra bases away from Shea Hillenbrand. That also is the right move by Johnny Damon at second base. You're already in scoring position there with the 1 out. You go halfway. If it drops in, you score for sure. If not, get back to second base and try to score with 2 outs.
Here's Garcia Parra, the cleanup hitter tonight. And he takes strike 1. Nomar just under 300 at 299, 5 homers. He hit one in the Chicago series, 33 runs batted in. Had most of the night off last night. Appeared as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning and was out on a fly ball. In the air in left center. And it drops out of the reach of Rondell White. On to score Damon. It's a double for Garcia Parra. Sounded like a broken bat. And I think Rondell White thought it was going to go deeper than it was. He just kept running along the same path and not really coming in toward the infield as he needed to do if he intended to make the catch.
Yeah, one thing for sure, he took a strange route after that line drive. He'll make a nice effort with the dive, but can't come up with the ball, and Nomar drives in his 34th run of the season.
The Red Sox have a 1-0 lead, and the batter is Jason Varitek, hitting .278. His average had been on the climb of late. He did have an 0 for 3 last night. 4 homers and 19 runs batted in. Outside, 1-1. Jason fooled by the off-speed pitch. 1-2. Right back to Lilly. He lobs to first for the out that ends the inning, but the Red Sox get a run on doubles by Damon and Garcia Parra. After 1-0 Boston. News at 10. 6 Cy Young Awards, 2 World Championships. This weekend, Roger is bringing the heat back to Fenway. Is he the greatest Red Sox pitcher of all time, or is he just another damn Yankee? Tonight after the game on Fox 25 News at 10. Nomar Garcia Parra, an RBI double. The Red Sox lead 1-0 on many nights. That'll be enough for Pedro Martinez. This is no ordinary lineup he is facing. The good news is he has continued tonight to have success in the first inning. Struggled in the first inning in his first 3 starts. And gave up 4 runs in the first inning of his start against the Yankees here at Fenway back in April. His first pitch of the second, a strike to Jason Giambi. After a slow start with the Yankees, he's up to 308, 10 homers, and 31 runs batted in. He's 7th in the league in home runs. Strike 2. 0-2. Giambi, Posada, and Ventura due up. Strike 3, first of the night for Pedro.
Well, you would think, Sean, that this could be a big strikeout night for Pedro. The Yankees have struck out more than any other team in the American League.
The catcher, Jorge.
Fastball by Pedro this time on the outside part of the plate. Remember that first series, they just kept pounding Giambi inside. Now Pedro in this at-bat goes away from Giambi and picks up the strikeout.
Now Jorge Posada, and he looks at a strike. Having his usual very fine offensive season. 302 average, 7 homers and 31 runs batted in. Not quite as productive lately. 1 for his last 11. And he's a switch hitter, batting .278 from the left. 6 of his 7 homers have come from the left. We had the day off yesterday, and the Yankees lost to Toronto. 1-1 on Posada. The Red Sox lead 1-0 here in the second. At the knees, strike 2, 1-2.
That's a pitch there that's been much better for Pedro in his last couple of starts, that curveball.
And the fastball fouled away. And you'd have to say, Jerry, with Pedro Rodriguez injured now, Posada's the best offensive catcher in the American League.
Yeah, he'd probably be the all-star choice.
Fastball backs him off the plate, 2-2. Same spot. Well, Butch Stearns loved the piece on Roger Clemens tonight, but he was asking me, the best Red Sox pitcher I've ever seen. It's the man on the mound tonight.
Hey, we talked about that yesterday, Sean, but the longevity.
Strike 3. Breaking ball, back-to-back strikeouts, 2 down here in the second.
Well, after a couple of inside fastballs, once again the good hook from Pedro to pick up the strikeout. And again, that's been a pitch for the last couple of outings that has been much better for him. And probably no coincidence, the weather is starting to warm up a little bit, which certainly helps throw the curveball.
Pedro with 2 strikeouts tonight has moved past Luis Tiant into third place. And Luis here working on the Spanish radio broadcast. Robin Ventura having a great first year with the Yankees in terms of power. 12 homers, tied for the league lead. 33 runs batted in. A .254 average. 4-way tie for the league lead in homers right now with Ventura, Torrey Hunter of Minnesota, Alex Rodriguez of Texas, and Carlos Delgado of Toronto. He's another Yankee a little bit off lately. 1 for his last 12. The 2-1 to Ventura. Popped up back here. Two and 2.
Say one thing, we have been very lucky as Red Sox fans to cover both Roger Clemens and Pedro Martinez, 2 of the top pitchers in baseball.
No question about that. The 2-2 pitch. Just missed. Pedro with a chance to strike out the side. Now the payoff pitch, strike 3 on the inside corner. Pedro strikes out the side in the second after an inning and a half. 1-0 Red Sox. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox television network. Red Sox baseball continues on the Fox 25 network from Fenway Park. We remind you, friends, this copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Boston Red Sox and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. In addition, the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. Jose Offerman begins the second and takes the ball. Offerman, Clark, and Nixon do up. Jose hitting .267. 3 homers and 15 runs batted in. A strike, 1-1. Ted Lilly gave up a run on 2 doubles in the first. Damon and Garcia Parra. Right down the middle, strike 2.
To mention Lilly taking the place of Andy Pettit. Pettit actually left the game here at Fenway and has been on the disabled list ever since. He's made a couple of rehab appearances down at the minor league level, so he's getting closer and closer to rejoining the New York Yankees.
They've had some injury concerns. El Duque has gone out to the West Coast to be examined by a doctor. He's had some back problems. Down and in. David Wells has also had some back problems. According to the Yankees before tonight's game, Wells is still a go to make the start here on Saturday, but that is subject to change. Talking with Charlie Steiner, one of the Yankee broadcasters on our radio program today on 1510 The Zone, he was saying that Wells, when asked about the back problems lately, has said everything from "I'm going to retire" to "I fully expect to be out there on Saturday." He's got it just about all covered. To right field, a rather awkward looking catch by Vanderwall. Vanderwall, not known as a terrific outfielder, and had a little bit of a problem with that one and elicited some oohs and ahs from the crowd here at Fenway.
Now we've seen a couple of Yankee outfielders have some problems. Rondell White on that Garcia Parra base hit, and Vanderwall, that ball was hit a little bit harder than I think he anticipated. Wind blowing out toward the left field wall tonight here at Fenway.
Tony Clark takes a strike. 1 out, second inning, 1-0 Red Sox. Tony at 207, a homer and 12 runs batted in. Breaking ball wouldn't come down for Lilly. Now 116 at bats since Tony's only home run of the season on opening day off Chris Carpenter of Toronto, April 1st. Out ahead of that one, 1-2.
Tony in the lineup tonight, hitting right-handed. He's been a better hitter from the right side, 296. Left-handed, only 180.
Prompting talk that he might play just exclusively against left-handed pitching in the near future if he doesn't get it going from the left side of the plate. Lilly almost grazed his uniform with that pitch inside. 2-2. And Clark strikes out. Lilly has a great ratio of strikeouts to walks. He's had almost 4 times as many strikeouts this year as he's had walks.
After busting him inside with that hard fastball and back to the changeup to pick up the strikeout. That's what a lot of people talked about early in the season. Even if they have some injuries in rotation, they've got people like Lilly that can step in. Sterling Hitchcock, who is getting stronger and stronger.
There's Trot Nixon with 2 outs and the bases empty. First pitch swinging. It's charged by Jeter. He bobbled for a moment and threw him out. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Lilly. After 2, 1-0 Red Sox on the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
4 Sox.
Rondell White takes ball 1. First pitch of the 3rd inning. White off to a slow start with the Yankees, hitting .227. 5 homers, 19 runs batted in. Pulls a pitch away to short. Garcia Parra to Clark for the out. And it's 5 in a row retired by Pedro Martinez, who struck out the side in the second.
Number 28.
The Yankees have 1 hit so far, an opposite field single by Derek Jeter in the first, but he was erased on a double play ball, so Pedro's faced the minimum 7 batters through 2 1/3 innings. Here's John Vanderwall. Having a very solid first season with New York, hitting .326, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in. Been more or less platooning in the outfield with Shane Spencer. And even though he's done well, lots of rumors in New York that the Yankees have been out looking for another outfielder. Maybe Cliff Floyd from the Marlins. There's been talk about both Jose Cruz Jr. and Shannon Stewart from Toronto.
There's also been some talk about Bartolo Colon of Cleveland being rumored around, and some trade possibilities. Cleveland not playing very good baseball right now.
Good changeup. Vanderwall couldn't get it. 2-2. The Cleveland's had an amazing season. They started out 11-1. And now they're 20-26. They've lost 4 in a row. Slice foul over by the Yankee dugout. 2-2 on Vanderwall. And another slicer foul out of play to the left. Well, a lot of times rumors are just rumors. There's all kinds of talk here the last few days about Mike Hampton of Colorado perhaps coming to the Red Sox. But that seems highly unlikely, particularly given the high salary that comes along with Hampton. He's due more than $80 million on the contract he signed to go to Colorado as a free agent.
That rumor's going around for a while. Larry Walker and Hampton for Manny Ramirez. Brady Little was asked about that a couple of days ago in his office, and he just kind of acted like he had no clue what they were talking about.
Good news on the Manny Ramirez medical front within the last few days. His finger, after being examined again, will not require surgery, but they still anticipate the timetable will be about 4 to 6 weeks. Manny's still away from the team, and that has been the subject of some talk. Still does not seem to be in any way a divisive issue around the team. Brady Little did acknowledge yesterday that it wouldn't be a terrible thing if Manny was around here cheering for his teammates.
Now, originally, Grady said Manny was going to stay when he came up here to get examined and start to work out. Manny returned back home, and now they're kind of downplaying that. The players don't care right now. Everything's going well. They're winning, and seems to be no problem. I think down deep Grady would like to have Manny around here, but
Grady said yesterday, in a perfect world, you'd like to see a kid here cheering for his teammates, but personally, I'm concerned with him being ready to play when that hand enables him to be able to play. Vanderwall just foul, and he's battling Pedro. Justin Hermansen's been injured most of the year, and he has been around regularly. Of course, one of the differences, though, with his groin injury, he can get treatment from medical staff and do some rehab. With a broken finger, there really isn't anything the medical staff can do to treat that on a daily basis. Another 3-2 pitch. He struck him out. An 11-pitch at bat before Vanderwall succumbs. The 4th strikeout of the night for Pedro.
Now, those big strikeout games have been coming recently for Pedro. 12 against Seattle, 9 the second outing against Seattle, and now 4 tonight. That's a good battle there, but finally Pedro wins it with the fastball.
Here's the DH, Nick Johnson, hitting 9th. He took a ball up and in. 226 for Johnson, 7 homers and 23 runs batted in. We're in the 3rd. The Red Sox lead 1-0. Johnny Damon doubled in the 1st, and Nomar Garcia-Parra doubled him in. Ball and a strike on Johnson. He homered yesterday in the Yankees' loss to Toronto. It was his 2nd home run in as many games. He's at 3 homers in the last 4 games. Another strikeout possibility now for Pedro. He's fanned 4 of the last 5.
And a chance to send Johnson back to the dugout. The 2-2 pitch outside. '74 home runs for the Yankees this season. Arizona next in the majors with 57. They truly are the Bronx Bombers. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts. 5 of the last 6 struck out by Pedro. The K-men busy in the center field bleachers tonight. After 2.5, the Red Sox won, the Yankees nothing, as Pedro is having his way with the Yankee lineup. New time tomorrow night at 8 on Fox 25. You know what I love about these promos? A lot of times I have no idea what they're talking about.
No, I don't either.
Reed Lamberty was going hunting the other night for paranormals, or with paranormals. I still have no idea what those are. And now we have transgenics. What are transgenics?
I thought you were going to say something else, but no, I have no idea what transgenics are.
A bioengineered cult leader leading a group of transgenics. Ray Sanchez, as far as we know, is not a transgenic, but he could be, because we have no idea what a transgenic is. 1-1 the count.
Have to watch Dark Angel.
Is the lead character on that show a transgenic?
Could
that
be.
woman?
Could be. If we don't know what it is,
I assume she's a lead character. I must confess I don't watch the show.
What night is that on?
It's on Friday nights.
Yeah, we're usually
We're
busy.
usually here, so we couldn't be watching it. Lilly coming off a 1-2-3 inning. And he's ahead of Sanchez 1-2.
Did you get to watch the fights last night on Fox?
The celebrity fights, yeah. Manute Bol and William the Refrigerator Perry. Why was Buttafuoco fighting a woman?
Well, she was an ex-wrestler. She wanted to show that she could beat.
He won, but it was a bad decision, I thought. The crowd didn't like it either.
Did she put up a good fight?
Yeah.
Did she?
And the analyst said that he thought the woman won the fight, but Joey got the decision. Joey's always in a beef with women, has problems with women. Now they want to get in a ring and smack him around. Sanchez to center. Williams the catch. I thought the fridge looked good.
That's the one I was going to ask you about. I didn't get a chance. I was working last night, so I didn't see it. How in the world did the fridge lose to Manute Bol? He couldn't reach him?
Serious reach advantage for Manute.
He just couldn't reach him.
No, and they just tried to charge at him a few times while I was watching.
So I thought one punch to the stomach from the fridge, and that'd be the end of Manute.
And Manute looks like if you even hit him, if you breathed on him, he might break in half. But he's added a little. I wouldn't say he's fat, but he's put on a couple pounds. He's up to about 7'7", 104 now, I think. Ricky Henderson, the batter.
I hope they replay those, because I like to watch that. I didn't say
they have been replaying them in the past. Ricky struck out swinging in the Red Sox first. 5 in a row retired by Lilly. He easily could be working on a shutout himself. Rondell White seemed to circle around a broken bat double by Garcia Parra. And the Red Sox scored their run in the first. Check swing, chopper down to Giambi. 2 outs. See where Giambi's brother was traded yesterday. Jeremy. Traded away from that sinking Oakland ship to Philadelphia. John Major.
Well, they've made a lot of changes in Oakland over the last couple of days. Menachino going to the minor leagues, trading Giambi.
They sent Carlos Pena down in the minors.
Yes, they did. That's right.
Jeff Tam. Oakland has already lost again today. They got throttled at home by Baltimore 11-3. The A's are now 20-26. Damon a swing and a miss. He doubled down the third base line into the left field corner and scored the only run of this game in the first inning. 1 run, 2 hits for Boston. No runs, 1 hit for New York. I could see you in that celebrity boxing. I think you'd be good. You still have some quickness.
The only guy I'd fight is Hank the Drunken Dwarf from Fall River, but he's passed away, so there's no match for me.
Rondell White up against the wall makes the catch. For some reason I was thinking he must be on the Howard Stern show.
Yeah, right, but he's passed away.
He's passed away.
Yeah.
Did you have a problem with him?
He's a great guy. I knew him well.
1-0 Red Sox after 3. This is the Fox 25 Red Sox television network. Back at Fenway Park as we head to the 4th inning. Let's pause for station identification on the Fox 25 Red Sox television network. Sean McDonough, Jerry Remy, our producer Russ Ken, director John Wilson, associate producer Dave Corris, box operator Leo White, Bob Dave Bauman assisting us here in the booth. Alfonso Soriano, the leadoff man for the Yankees. Pedro's faced the minimum 9 through 3 innings. He has struck out 5 and allowed just 1 hit. Soriano flied to right, leading off the game. Fastball high. We want to welcome back Dave Bauman, back for his 3rd year from Syracuse University.
Congratulations. He graduated from Syracuse.
Yes, he did.
And almost graduated with honors. Almost. Very, very close.
You get honors with a 1.7 GPA?
Oh, he did much better than that. Way over 3.
1.8. What'd you have, Bauman? Tell the truth. About a 3.3 something, he says. I give him 3.1 tops.
I'd take that.
Yes. No, he's a good student. Back for another season in the booth against my objections, but hey, Russ Ken runs the show. He can have whatever he wants. 3-1 the count.
Got a big UMass graduate here in the booth.
Joseph Abboud is here tonight. Stop by the booth.
He and Bill Cosby, right?
Yeah. Run those UMass ads. I don't know. I'm a little down on Joseph Abboud, to tell the truth, because he's one of the great Red Sox fans of all time. Roslindale native, world famous designer. But he has designed the clothing for the Yes Network. The Yankee announcers are wearing Joseph Abboud clothing. The 3-2 pitch. He struck him out. Breaking ball for Pedro for strikeout number 6 in 3 1/3 innings.
54th strikeout of the season for Soriano. That leads the American League in that category, 1 ahead of Greg Vaughn. And again, it's that good curveball. Pedro's got a sharp breaking ball in this game tonight. Soriano strikes out a lot for a leadoff man. You don't expect those kind of numbers, but when he makes contact, he does some damage.
We talked about one of the issues for the Yankees when they were here in mid-April. They didn't have a leadoff man. They were still trying to find that leadoff man. Jeter for a while was the leadoff man in that series, if I recall correctly. Check swing, strike on Jeter. The only Yankee to reach base so far. He singled it right in the 1st inning. It was quickly erased when Bernie Williams chopped into an inning-ending 5-4-3 double play. Just a little bit up and in. 1-1 on Jeter. One and 2.
I think Jeter thought that changeup might have been a little bit high.
And Joe Torre agrees.
They say Pedro doesn't need any help.
And they would be correct. 1-2 pitch. Up and in. Yankees were held homerless yesterday in a loss at home to Toronto. The first time in 14 games they failed to hit at least 1 home run. 13 games in a row with a homer. They've still hit 16 homers in their last 7 games, 26 homers in their last 10. The 2-2 pitch is outside, and the count is full. With Bernie Williams on deck.
Number of inside pitches from Pedro to G to try to put him away there on the cut fastball. Full count on 6 of the last 7 batters. Yankees try to work the count against Pedro. Try to get him out of the game 6th, 7th inning.
Interesting, all those full counts, but none of them have reached. Chopped to deep third. Hillenbrand to Clark for the out. 9 in a row retired by Martinez.
That's a pretty good battle at bat right there. Jeter and Pedro.
Number 51.
Pedro trying to bury him inside early. Tries to get him on a cut fastball just off the outside edge. Comes back with the curveball, and the result, the ground ball to third base.
1-0 Red Sox in the 4th. 2 outs, the bases empty. Bernie Williams takes the ball down and in. He chopped into that 5-4-3 double play that ended the 1st inning.
Bernie Williams against Pedro, less than 180 batting average, but does have 3 career home runs against Pedro.
Low. (2-0). I think our radar gun had a little problem there. Went from 56 to 79. I think the pitch was a little harder than 56. That's more like it. Two and 1 on Williams. Thought Pedro was doing his Oogie imitation there for a minute.
Actually, I thought he was hurt for a minute when I saw that.
He was just trying to remind himself
to
follow through or something with that gesture. And 3-1 up and in, ball 4. The first walk given up by Pedro. With the second base runner for New York. It ends Pedro's string of 9 men in a row retired.
Number 25, the first baseman,
Williams with good speed. He's never been a great base stealer. He's been one of those guys who has a tough time getting a good jump, reading pitchers' moves. Has just 2 stolen bases this year. And has been thrown out once. Held on by Clark. Jason Giambi, the batter. Pedro working out of the stretch for just the second time tonight. Throws strike 1. Giambi struck out swinging in the second, the first of the 3 straight strikeouts in that inning. Not much of a lead for Bernie. Terrific changeup, 0-2.
A little better conditions tonight for hitters against Pedro than in his last outing against Seattle. That was that nasty, cold, rainy day here at Fenway on Saturday.
And it was 41 degrees at game time. It was 75 at game time tonight. Just about a perfect night for a ball game here in the hub. Strike 3, another changeup. 7 strikeouts for Pedro. After 3.5, the Red Sox won and the Yankees nothing. Budweiser. How about that performance today by Sean Green in Milwaukee? Became the 14th player in Major League Baseball history to hit 4 homers in a game. The Dodgers' 16-3 win over the Brewers. Green was 6 for 6, scored 6 runs and drove in 7. Of course, it comes exactly 3 weeks to the day after Mike Cameron hit 4 homers against the Seattle Mariners. There's never been a season where 2 players hit 4 homers in a game. And Green had 19 total bases in that game. That broke the Major League record of 18 set by Joe Adcock of the Braves, then the Milwaukee Braves, July of 1954. And he also tied the modern Major League record for runs scored in a game with the 6. First player to do it since Edgardo Alfonso of the Mets scored 6 times in 1999 against Houston. Shawn Green, who got off to a slow start, has really come on lately, and of course never more so than today. Ted Lilly to Shea Hillenbrand. It's in the hole. A jump throw by Jeter, dug out by Giambi. Nice play. 1 out in the 4th, and Hillenbrand is 0 for 2.
Good example there how both Jeter and Nomar make that play in a different way. Jeter will go to the jump to make the throw, where Nomar stays on the ground, but he has that sidearm throw to first base. A nice pick at the other end by Giambi. Giambi does not have an error yet this season at first base. That's a beautiful play on both ends, and pitchers certainly appreciate the good defense. I don't think he liked the pitch he made, but he certainly liked the good defense.
Lilly has pretty much matched Pedro pitch for pitch. He hasn't been as overpowering with the strikeouts. Lilly's retired 8 in a row. And the last man to reach base, the man at the plate, Garcia Parra, who doubled to drive in the run in the first. Red Sox have had just 2 base runners on the doubles in the first by Damon and Nomar. Shawn Green, by the way, had just 3 homers all year going into that series in Milwaukee. He hit 6 homers in the series. So went from 3 homers to 9. One series went from a terrible start to, hey, I'm moving up the ladder among the league leaders in the National League in homers.
And we'll get to see Shawn Green and the Dodgers this year in interleague play.
Next month. In June.
Yeah, that's getting here soon, isn't it?
Out at Chavez Ravine. You love the Dodgers. The 2-2 to Nomar. He struck him out.
Now, usually in games that Pedro has pitched in this year, the Red Sox offense has provided him with a lot of runs. But right now, Ted Lilly pitching a very good game here against the Red Sox. That fastball away from Garcia Parra. A little late with the swing. Again, all that the soft stuff makes that fastball seem a little bit quicker. They've only clocked it at about 88, 89 miles an hour.
More in the case of the last fastball, 56.
Slow gun.
Slow gun tonight, yeah. It's kilometers per hour. Up the middle from Varitek. Stopped by Soriano. Another nice play. Good defense in the infield here in the 4th inning for the Yankees. And the Red Sox go in order. Lilly's retired 10 straight. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
Making a terrific play here on Shea Hillenbrand, actually combining with Giambi to get the first out of the inning. And then Soriano diving up the middle to take a base hit away from Jason Varitek. Soriano with a very strong throwing arm, and he gets Varitek at first base. So the middle infielders throwing around the leather in the bottom of the 4th.
And Joe Torre and Don Zimmer have Jorge Posada leading off the 5th. The Yankees have just 1 hit, and Pedro's walked 1 through 4 innings. 2 base runners so far for New York. Posada, Ventura, and White coming up. Jorge takes a strike. He looked at a called 3rd strike in the 2nd inning. Jorge has 14 extra base hits here in the month of May. That's the most in the majors. At least it was entering today's games. It's possible Sean Green might have passed him today with that day he had.
Now he's second in the league, tied with Nomar in doubles. Actually, Nomar moved ahead of him tonight with a double he hit early in the ball game, but he got 16 doubles.
The 0-2 pitch, line toward the gap in left center and in. Ricky plays it off the wall. Posada trying for another double, and he is safe. Well, you're right, Jerry. He is tied with Nomar.
Yep, moves back into the tie. Soriano leads with 19. Then it's both Nomar and Posada now with 17. Pedro tried to put him away with a high fastball, but Posada getting on top of the fastball and puts it on the line past Ricky Henderson for the leadoff double.
Robin Ventura.
On an 0-2 pitch. And tying run at second base for New York. 1-0 Boston, 5th inning. Robin Ventura, the hitter. He was called out on strikes. His first time up, he pops it up in play in shallow right. Sanchez. 1 out.
Number 27, the left fielder, Rondell.
Now Rondell White. He grounded a short in the 3rd inning. Now 1 for his last 13. Earlier in the season, he had an 0 for 23 stretch, which tied the longest hitless stretch of his career. Chopped out in front of the plate. Pedro to Clark for the out. Posada took a step or two toward third as if he might try it. Then he put the brakes on quickly, so he's still at second base with 2 outs now.
I probably could have made third base because Pedro didn't even look in that direction, but you don't want to take the chance. You're already in scoring position now with the 2 outs, and you don't want to take that chance of being thrown out at third. As Posada stopping, Pedro didn't even look at him. He was going to first base all the way.
Number 28, the right fielder, John Vanderwall.
Posada led off with a double. He's still at second with 2 outs for John Vanderwall. He struck out after a lengthy at bat in the 3rd inning. He's been a hot hitter. He was 5 for his last 10 coming in. He was 9 for 23 on the Yankees homestand. That's a .391 average. They just wrapped up a homestand yesterday with a loss to Toronto, but it was otherwise a good homestand. 9 games, they went 7-2, including the 6-game winning streak, which was snapped yesterday. And they won 2 out of 3 from both the Blue Jays and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and swept 3 from the Minnesota Twins.
A crazy schedule the way this is. The Red Sox will play the Yankees 8 games here at Fenway before even going to Yankee Stadium.
Which will be next weekend.
Yep. Toronto, New York for the weekend. Pretty expensive trip, Toronto and then New York. And then of course go to Detroit.
As if it gets, those 2 places in the American League.
Only Joe Abu can afford to live in New York.
1-1. Vanderwall now 0 for 8 against Pedro with 6 strikeouts, including the whiff his first time up tonight. Vanderwall came over from San Francisco for right-handed pitcher Jay Watasic.
Vanderwall seems to be swinging as hard as Pedro trying to throw the ball. He missed a pretty good pitch there. That fastball stayed out in the middle of the plate. Fouled it straight back.
It might be the reason for the conversation now between Varitek and Martinez. Ooh.
Yeah, Varitek wanted that inside. It stayed out over the plate, and Vanderwall fouled it back.
Pedro struck out the side in the second, had 2 strikeouts in the third, 2 more in the fourth. Looking for his first in the fifth. And that easily could have been it. Apparently just low.
There's a beach ball on the field out in right field behind Trot Nixon. Posada's trying to get the attention of the umpire. And they finally pick it up. It rolls back to the fans, and there it goes again. It'll eventually end up back on the field.
2-2 on Vanderwall. 2 outs. Posada at second. Red Sox lead 1-0. We're in the top of the fifth. First of a 4-game series. We'll have Saturday's game for you here on Fox 25 and our Red Sox network throughout New England. Tomorrow night's game is on Nesson. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3. On a breaking ball. Second time Vanderwall has struck out. 8 strikeouts in 5 innings for Pedro, and the Red Sox lead 1-0. Sharks sneak inside a famous spa or hunt ghosts in a haunted town. Who else will tell you the best foods to feed your kids, whether your water filters are worth the cost or how to make the most of your home improvements? What other news team uncovers rats lurking in Boston's top restaurants? Children's bikes sold misassembled or school vans that could be dangerous for your kids. Only one newscast, Fox 25 News at 10. I think I'm glad I missed the one about the rats in the restaurants. Ted Lilly pitching very well, but again tonight the Yankees are not supporting him with runs. That's been the problem all year long. Offerman trying to put one in the gap, and he will. It's scooped by Bernie Williams to the wall. The first pitch leadoff double for Jose Offerman. He's 1 for 2. That's the third Red Sox hit. They've all been doubles, and that's the first hit since the first inning for Boston.
Jose had been struggling on this homestand, 4 for 22, but he did have a hit last night, pinch hitting, and maybe that'll get him going back in the right direction. That double in the gap fumbled around a little bit out here by Bernie Williams, but Jose has to stop at second base.
Number 22, the first baseman, Tony Clark.
Tony Clark, the hitter. He struck out in the second, one of 3 strikeouts for Ted Lilly. Strike 1.
Well, they say, you know, in a close ball game, try to move the ball the other way, advance that runner, but I would prefer to see Clark go for the downs. Stay aggressive and try to put a couple of quick points on the board.
No, he's due for the long ball. There's no question about that. Fouled away, 0-2.
Clark got banged up so much over the weekend making defensive plays that he had to take a day off in that Chicago series.
He hasn't taken the hitting slump into the field with him. He's been very solid defensively. Lilly eyed Offerman, and that's hitting the air and right. Offerman will tag Vanderwall to catch. Jose's going to try it. Vanderwall's throw cut off. A runner at third with 1 out here in the fifth.
Congratulations from his teammates for moving that runner along with nobody out. That's the 2 strikes. Clark looked like he cut down in his swing a little bit. I didn't think at first it was going to be deep enough for Offerman to tag up, but challenging the arm of Vanderwall, and not even close. It was cut off.
So the Yankees will bring their infield in with Pedro on the mound. New York already down by 1 run here in the fifth. Here's Trot Nixon, who grounded out to the shortstop Jeter on the first pitch he saw from Lilly in the second inning. Up and in and nearly hit Trot. And Posada will chat with his battery mate.
Since coming back from the suspension, Trot Nixon has struggled. 3 for 17, actually 3 for 18 now at the 0 for 1 in this ball game tonight. So the 4 days off took him out of his groove.
And of course, he homered in his first at bat back. Looked like he wouldn't lose a step, but he has been scuffling lately. In the air in the left. Offerman tags. Rondell White the catch. Rondell White throws offline. It's 2-0. Trot Nixon with a sacrifice fly. And for Trot, his 15th run batted in of the season.
And you can see there that they're clearly going to challenge the arms of both the left fielder Rondell White and John Vanderwall. This ball also not that deep. Now there was a peel play after this, feeling that Jose left early. It didn't look like it from that shot right there, but they will make the appeal down to third base, and a safe call is given by the third base umpire.
Ray Sanchez looks at ball one. Ray fly to center in the third. And he's cooled off after that streak of reaching base safely in 17 straight games. Now 4 for 25 on this homestand. A ball and a strike on Ray. Well, the Red Sox have made the most of their hits. They have 3 hits, but have scored 2 runs. They've had just 3 base runners in the game, as Lilly hasn't walked anybody. Outfield well around toward right for Sanchez. He fouls it away to the right. White over into the corner to play it. Sanchez will try for 2, and he'll get there without a throw. The Red Sox have 4 hits, all of them doubles.
Batting practice tonight for the Red Sox must have been double practice. Every single hit tonight a double for the Red Sox. Sanchez down that left field line, and Rondell White had to go so far for him, he didn't even attempt to make a throw in his second base. Just got it back into the cutoff man. So 2 multiple double innings tonight for the Red Sox. The first and now the 5th.
You are chock full of double trivia tonight. Here's Ricky Henderson, who was struck out and grounded to first. You're right, that fastball only in the high 80s. Mid to high 80s, but after all the junk, he threw it right by Henderson.
Now, one of those guys that players call sneaky fast.
Outfield straight away. Vanderwall shallow and right with Ricky up there. Strike 2. Some reports in the local papers today that the Red Sox might be interested in signing Brady Anderson to a minor league deal to add some outfield depth. The ball low. He was released not long ago by Cleveland and has had a tough couple of years at Baltimore and Cleveland.
Now, last 2 years he's looked like a player that's about done. Now, maybe for insurance purposes, put him down at the AAA level if that's what they're thinking, and if they have some injuries, have at least a veteran presence in the dugout. But he's had back-to-back 4 years.
The 1-2 from Lilly is low again. Well, you expect close games when these two teams get together. Last season, 10 of the 18 games between the two were decided by 1 run. And the Red Sox were 2-8 in those 10 games. And when the Yankees came here to Fenway Park last month for the 4-game series, they played 3 1-run games. And they played 13 1-run contests since the start of last season. Red Sox won all 3 of those 1-run games in early April. Two and 2 on Ricky. 2 outs. Sanchez at second. Line to right, a base hit. They're going to try with Sanchez. Vanderwall won't even try to throw. Well, his weak arms and left and right have certainly been exposed in this inning. 2-out damage for Boston. Ricky Henderson, slumping of late, delivers a big hit. Drives in Sanchez to make it 3-0.
Finally, the Red Sox get a single. Fastball out over the plate. Henderson, with a couple of strikes, just shoots it to the opposite field. Not even a throw to try to get Sanchez. Of course, he's off on contact with the 2 outs. And Ricky very happy about that RBI base hit.
As is Carlos Baerga, who generally leads the cheers in that Red Sox dugout. They have Ricky picked off. He might make it. He does. Did he slide off the bag? Yes, he did. He was there ahead of the Giambi throw and would have been safe if he could have stayed on the bag, but he slid past second and was tagged out to end the inning. Red Sox get 2 after 5. They lead 3-0.
Red Sox have the lead as Pedro has been outstanding in this game. We'll take a look at a at-bat that Jeter had against Pedro in that last time up in the 4th inning. Remember, he got a base hit away in the first time, so he starts him off with 2 fastballs inside, a changeup, a questionable call, back inside again, missed with a cutter away, and then finally gets him on that curveball to Shea Hillenbrand at third base. He got the base hit on a pitch away. They stayed inside for the most part, and then finally got him on the breaking ball.
Jeter will hit third in this inning. Nick Johnson leads off and takes a changeup away. Johnson struck out in the 3rd. Pedro has fanned 8 Yankees. He's given up 2 hits and walked 1. Chopper foul, 1-1. Johnson, Soriano, and Jeter coming up.
Pedro got 7 Yankees in that first outing back on April 13th. His high in the year is 12. That's against Seattle.
Followed that up with 9 more on the cold and damp day here over the weekend against the Mariners. At least 8 strikeouts in each of his last 3 outings. Another encouraging sign for the Red Sox and their fans, who are monitoring Pedro just about pitch by pitch. He's given up only 1 earned run in each of his previous 3 starts entering tonight. He struck out the side on 9 pitches in the first inning. Set the tone for that game with Seattle last weekend.
It's funny about his comments about that. He said, I was all loose and warmed up and throwing in the bullpen. He said it looked like Seattle guys weren't loose at all on that cold day.
On that day, one of the worst ever here at Fenway. Line and a right, a base hit. So a leadoff single for Johnson. The Yankees got Pedro into another full count. Johnson picks up their 3rd hit.
Number 12, the second baseman.
Pedro's at 7 full counts already.
Soriano.
Red Sox won every one of Pedro's starts this year except opening day against Toronto, when they blew a lead and lost 12-11. Here's Soriano. Fly to right in the 1st and struck out swinging in the 4th. He's the major league leader in hits, multiple hit games, American League leader, extra base hits, doubles, and total bases. On their last homestand, he homered in 3 straight games. Foul ball for strike 1 on Soriano. In the air and center, Damon just a couple of steps back to make the catch. Johnson retreats to first with 1 out in the 6th inning.
Hey, when Soriano makes contact, he hits the ball hard. Very quick wrists, strong. Not a real big guy.
Number 2.
Already with the 11 home runs on the season. You could tell the first time you saw him last year that he was going to be a player. There's no question about that. A lot of talent. The ball hit hard on a line, but right at Johnny Damon in center field. Well, a lot of teams were looking for Soriano when he was in the minor leagues to try to trade for him. The Yankees would not do it, and I think they knew that they had coming up to the big league level.
Derek Jeter, the batter. For right center, and that's in for a hit. Cut off by Nixon. Johnson on his way to third. He'll make it. Jeter has his second hit. Both have been opposite field singles. He's 2 for 3. And the Yankees get the tying run to the plate here with 1 out in the 6th inning.
Now Jeter right now is just hot. 14-game hitting streak. 2 hits tonight now to the opposite field. I thought this ball had a chance to get in the gap, but Trot Nixon does a good job to quickly get over and get the ball back in the infield, even hold Jeter to the single. That keeps the double play in order with the 1 out.
Bernie Williams, the batter. The infield back at double play depth. Bernie bounced into a double play in the 1st and walked in the 4th. The only walk yielded by Pedro. Chop foul behind the plate.
Derek Jeter at first base has 10 steals on the season and has not been caught. A perfect 10 for 10. Now Pedro backs off. They've had some battles, these two guys, before pitches are even thrown. Bernie likes to step out, take his time. Pedro's always ready to go. So when Bernie gets back in the box, Pedro steps off and walks to the back of the mound. They irritate each other.
Hard to get too mad at Bernie. He's a mild-mannered guy, nice guy, talented musician, good family man.
Yeah, but when you want to throw the pitch and he's not in the box, that irritates you.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened a number of times between Pedro and Bernie.
To first, a chance for 2 perhaps. Safe. Pedro might have been off the bag, but perhaps Williams just beat it. Johnson in with the first run of the game for the Yankees. And an RBI for Williams. It's 3-1. Omar threw to Pedro. His throw was a little bit up and away to the right field side. No indication, though, from the umpire that the safe call was because Pedro was off the bag.
No, I think they just beat it at first base. Take a look at it here as you see Nomar come across the bag. Look at Jeter going for Nomar to try to break it up. But right there, clearly, I think he beat that play at first base. The other option for Clark would have been to come home and try to cut down the run. But with the 3-run lead, figured he had a chance to get the double play, and they almost made the double play.
The RBI for Bernie Williams, his 24th of the year.
The first baseman, Jason Giambi.
And here's Jason Giambi, the tying run at the plate. He's had a very tough night so far against Pedro for 2 with 2 strikeouts and has looked bad while doing it.
That's a great shot from the left field wall, because you can really see how those runners try to come in and change direction to get the shortstop or second baseman, trying to break up those double plays.
Ball 1 on Giambi. Here's the view from the left field wall.
Looking right over Ricky's left shoulder.
He jammed Giambi, who chopped it foul. Jason, the MVP of the American League 2 seasons ago. And he drove in 137 runs and walked 137 times. He was edged in the MVP balloting last year by Ichiro. Those were his numbers when he was the MVP.
I believe his batting average now has gone up for 5 straight seasons. Six.
It's the 9th player in Major League history to do that. Increase his batting average 6 years in a row. Tried to hold up but could not. He's a strike away from punching out for the 3rd time. Strikeouts come in bunches. Pedro fanned all 3 batters in the 2nd. They started a string in which he struck out 6 out of 7 Yankee hitters. He has had 2 others. A chance for number 9, and for Giambi for the 3rd time. The runner goes to pitch a ball, to throw a good one, and they got him. So they send Williams with 2 strikes on Giambi, and he represented the tying run at the plate. Not the case anymore. 1 run in the 6th for New York. It's 3-1 Boston.
Tries to steal second base, and he is out by a lot. Jason Varitek, look at that. Not an easy pitch to deal with, too. That ball was down and in. A little surprise there, because with Giambi at the plate, always the chance of the home run to tie the game.
Yeah.
Now Giambi leads off the next inning, and if he homers, they're still behind in the game.
I'm not sure Nomar ever did tag Bernie Williams. And if the ball was there so far ahead of him that usually you get that call, even if there's a little bit of a whiff on the tag. Johnny Damon doubled into the left field corner and scored in the 1st. He flied to left in the 3rd. Facing Ted Lilly. He's held the Red Sox to 5 hits. Without a walk, he has fanned 3. Damon, Hildenbrand, and Garcia Parra coming up. Strike, 2-1. Roger Clemens pitches here tomorrow night. First start of the season against the Red Sox for the Rocket. John Burkett will try to keep his record perfect for the Red Sox tomorrow night. In our next telecast on Saturday at 1, it'll be Derek Lowe against David Wells. Ball 4. First walk given up by Lilly. Comes the leadoff man. And a very good base stealer. League leaders brought to you by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. We check the home run leaders. We mentioned the Yankees with a huge lead in Major League Baseball. They're 17 ahead of Arizona. In the American League, they're 18 ahead of Oakland. Toronto running 3rd. There are the Diamondbacks with 57. 3 more than the Giants, then the Rockies, the Marlins, and Jimmy Williams, Houston Astros. Mel Stottlemyre, the pitching coach, has gone to the mound. Ramiro Mendoza warming up in the Yankee bullpen.
Yankees made a roster move earlier today as little El Duque Hernandez, who started the game yesterday, sent back to the minor leagues. Mike Thurman was called up to work out of the bullpen.
Shea Hillenbrand is lined to right and grounded to short. Lilly checks on Damon, who has 13 steals, tied for 3rd in the American League. One strike on Shea. Mike Cubbage, Red Sox third base coach. Another beach ball on the field. Wonder if it's that same one, Jerry, that you predicted would come back before the night was over.
Probably so. Where did it come from, Sean? Center field?
Center field.
Now, the other one was in
Batted
right
all the way
field.
over to center field, though.
That's possible.
They tend to migrate.
Actually, it felt like a beach day today finally here in New England.
Line to center and in for a hit. Bernie Williams almost fell down. He stumbled. Stayed on his feet and was able to play it back in. Single for Hillenbrand. The first 2 men are on. And now Ted Lilly could be fighting to stay in the ball game.
Yeah, Bernie Williams slipped. It looked like going back on the ball. I don't believe he was going to try to make the catch on it on the line. He was just trying to get back and play it on one hop. A little slip in the outfield, but is able to make the play. Well, the Yankees just put one on the board to get a little bit closer, and they'd love to shut the Red Sox down in this inning. But the Red Sox off quickly. Couple of men on, nobody out.
Lilly, drafted originally by the Dodgers in the 23rd round, traded to Montreal, then to the Yankees, and he's going to get the hook right here from Joe Torre. With Nomar coming up, he'll go to the right-handed pitcher, good sinker ball pitcher. They'll hope to get a double play ball off the bat of Garciaparra. So another night for Lilly, on which he did not receive much run support from his teammates. Another decent outing, but he will not get a win. He can only be the losing pitcher. Mendoza, the new pitcher, when we come back. Yankees won, and the Red Sox with a chance to add to that lead here in the 6th inning. 2 men on and nobody out. So Joe Torre's gone to the bullpen. The call to the bullpen brought to you by Nextel Direct Connect. Get right through. Call 1-800-NEXTEL-9. The new pitcher, Ramiro Mendoza.
1-2 record. That one win coming in his last outing against Toronto. Pitched 3 scoreless innings in that ball game to pick up the win. Hitchcock was the starting pitcher. Mendoza came in after that to get the win.
Damon at second, Hillenbrand at first. Garciaparra first ball swinging, carves one foul to the right. Nomar doubled to knock in a run in the first. He struck out in the 4th. Lilly pitched 5 innings. He threw 76 pitches. 54 strikes. He's responsible for the 2 base runners. He walked 1, struck out 3, gave up 6 hits. So far charged with 3 runs. Chop foul wide of third. Nomar in an 0-2 hole. Good numbers against Mendoza. 9 for 21, a .429 average, including a couple of homers. And it's tough to hit homers off Mendoza. Keeps the ball down. Good sinker. He's had some very good outings in his career against the Red Sox. That one's low. Outfield more or less straight away for Garciaparra. The infield at double play depth. Ventura a deep third. In the air, relatively shallow right center. Vanderwall the catch. This time they won't try to run on him. Almost an errant throw from him back into the infield.
Mendoza serves a role for the Yankees very much like Tim Wakefield does for the Red Sox. Come in and give big innings in the middle of the game. If they need him to start, you can start games for him.
Now Veritek 0 for 2. Bounced back to the mound and grounded to second. We had a long look down at Mike Cubbage. Out of play to the left. Mendoza's from Panama, 29 years old, 6'2", 195 pounds. He spent his entire career in the Yankee organization. And a consistent winner. Major League record of 47 wins and 32 losses. 0-2 the count. Mendoza's had 5 straight years with at least 1 win as a starter and as a reliever. That's 2 shy of the Major League record. Pedro Ramon back in the late 50s had 7 straight seasons in which he had at least 1 win as both a starter and a reliever.
Is Bob Stanley on that list by any chance?
He's not among the tops. Doyle Alexander is also on the list. He had 6 of those seasons in a row. Down the first base line, stopped by Giambi, race to the base. He wins it by a step. For the second out, Damon to third and Hillenbrand on to second.
Oh, Giambi made a heck of a play on this ground ball. It didn't look like very much, but the last hop almost skipped by him. It looked like he kicked toward foul territory, and Giambi made a heck of a play to save a run. Right there, it goes past the foul line, slides, gets up, and just beats Veritek to that first base bag.
Glad those two didn't run into each other.
Oh, that'd have been a big collision.
Yeah, that'd be a train wreck. Here's Jose Offerman. Ball 1 just missed. Jose led off last inning with a double and scored. Red Sox got 1 in the first, 2 in the 5th. The Yankees scored here in the 6th. The Red Sox trying to answer that run with at least 1 of their own. Mendoza inherited 2 runners with nobody out. Now there are 2 outs. The runners have moved up 90 feet apiece. Just about the same spot. Mark Hirschbeck isn't going to give him that. 2-0. Out of play to the left. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Fox 25 Red Sox television network. With the Rem Dog, Sean McDonough, delighted to have you with us on this beautiful Thursday night in America's greatest city. Offerman bounces it to second. Soriano throws him out. And the Red Sox leave 2. They've stranded only 3 tonight. After 6, 3-1 Boston. On Fox 25, television's greatest mystery, The X-Files moves back to where it all began with the episodes that made it into a television legend. Relive the search for the ultimate truth. The X-Files on a special day tomorrow at 9 on Fox 25. A 2-run lead for Pedro Martinez as we head into the late innings. Pedro's gone 8 innings in each of his last 2 starts. That's his longest outing of the year. He's averaged 97 pitches per start, thrown 89 tonight. A lot of deep counts with this patient Yankee club. Jason Giambi takes a borderline strike. He's back at the plate. He was at the plate when Bernie Williams was caught stealing to end the 6th. Well hit. Clark stops it. Flips to Pedro. 1 out.
Red Sox start this inning with action in the bullpen. Wakefield and Casey Fossum loosening up. So that pitch count, the high of 116. I doubt all season long whether you're going to see anything higher than that.
The one noticeable difference under Grady Little, he's going to let the starters go deeper into the ball game. We talked with Derek Lowe today on 1510 The Zone, and he was talking about how with Jimmy and Joe Kerrigan, perhaps they were more attached to the pitch count, put more credence into it. Not that Grady Little and Tony Cloninger don't, but he said Grady and Tony will ask a lot during the game. How do you feel? You think you have another inning, et cetera, and they'll rely on their pitchers to be honest with them. Posada, the batter, he has struck out and doubled. 1 strike to count on Jorge.
Now, it's been especially evident with a guy like Frank Castillo, who under the past regime if you get 5 innings out of Frank, then they start thinking about making a move. Grady just keeps going with him as long as he's pitching well. Plus, Lowe generally has low pitch counts because he throws the sinkers and gets a lot of ground ball outs.
And Derek talked about that. He's been averaging under 100 pitches per start, even though he's been going deep into ball games. Posada did well to get out of that heat-seeking curveball. Reason to smile for Derek. He and the Red Sox, a big bunch of them, about 30 members of the Red Sox entourage, are going to go over to the Celtics game after the game here Saturday. Check swing strike, says third base umpire Matt Hollowell. Posada doesn't like it. He's still standing in the batter's box in disbelief.
We're going to have a stare down, it looks like, between Posada and Hollowell. You better watch out what he says here because he might be getting ready to get running.
Mumbling much of his way back.
Running Ventura.
9 strikeouts for Martinez. Two outs and a foul ball grounded wide at first by Ventura. He has Hollowell's attention now.
I think somebody else in the dugout is giving it to him right now. Posada's still doing it, but it looked like Hollowell was looking toward the far end of the dugout.
Ball 1-1 on Ventura. Double-barreled action continues in the Red Sox bullpen. Ventura hauled out on strikes in the second, popped the second in the fifth. 3-1 Boston, 7th inning. Fouled off his foot. 1-2. Pedro a strike away from his 10th strikeout. He's had 80 career games of 10 strikeouts or more. 53 as a member of the Red Sox. 2 this season. Chance to improve all those numbers by 1, and they're ready with the K out in the back of the center field bleachers. The K-men with full attendance in their group tonight. The 1-2 to Ventura. Just missed. Pedro pointing toward the third base umpire. He likes his chances now with Matt Hollowell down there.
Yeah, maybe we got a good thing going down at third base. That'd have sent a few of them out of the game.
Wasn't close enough for a string to even bother with the appeal from the home plate umpire. Just outside, says Mark Hirschbeck. Had that been brother John Hirschbeck back there, that's strike 3. Yep. John has a very wide strike zone. The 8th full count of the night for Pedro. Big reason why he's up to 100 pitches. Ball 4. That wasn't close. So it's the second walk, and again the Yankees will get the tying run to the plate.
This has not been a night where Pedro has had his blazing fastball of 96, 97 miles an hour, but he's had a very good curveball, a good cut fastball tonight, and has spotted his fastball very well.
Yeah, I don't think Red Sox fans will care much how he does it as long as the Red Sox continue to win every one of his starts.
That's right.
They have since the first one. A game they had the lead in, 4-run lead in, and squandered.
See, that's the cutter right there. That one at about 85 miles an hour.
Rondell White is grounded to short, and he chopped out in front of the plate to Pedro in the 5th inning. .91-mile-per-hour fastball, 0-2. Another chance for strikeout number 10. And the fans try to help Pedro put White away. Many of them on their feet. Strike 3. Seventh inning stretch. 10 strikeouts for Martinez and a 3-1 Boston lead.
Southwest Airlines bringing people together with low fares, and by Bernie and Phil's. Come in and try or go online and buy at burnphil.com.
Well, what a treat for us. The great James Taylor is in our booth with guests of Greg and Laura Kelly with Fox 25. Tony Clark out on a fly ball to right. I'm going to do my Larry King imitation. When you talk about musicians, James Taylor has to be right at the top of your list.
Number 7.
I actually sang when I got upstairs to meet him, you know.
I heard you singing.
I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen lonely times that I thought would never end. Not quite as good.
He's a big Red Sox fan. Here's Trot Nixon. Tried to check his swing and could not. Mendoza's done a good job in relief, retiring all 4 men he has faced. Nixon drove in a run in the 5th with a sacrifice fly. Off the end of the bat to short, and Jeter with Giambi 2 down here in the 7th. Joseph Abu, James Taylor. Just never know who's going to drop in the booth here. Scoreboard brought to you by your friendly New England Dodge dealers. It's a Thursday, which is often a light day on the schedule, and that's the case today. The Orioles beat the Athletics 11-3. Oakland having a terrible season. They're now 20-26. Seattle trying to end a 4-game losing streak, leading at home tonight against the Devil Dogs 7-3. Jared Sandberg has homered for Tampa Bay, and the Rangers and Royals were scheduled, but they've been postponed by rain, to the disappointment of dozens in Kansas City. Over in the National League, as you look at Ray Sanchez, the Marlins beat the Reds 8-4. Tavares the winner, Nunez the save. Rijo took the loss. Up the middle, a base hit. Second of the night for Sanchez. He's 2 for 3. He doubled and scored in the 5th. Continuing our look at the National League scoreboard, as we mentioned, in the Dodger Brewer game won by Los Angeles 16-3. Sean Green went 6 for 6 and hit 4 home runs, scored 6 times and drove in 7. Ishii the winner, 7-1. Astros and Cardinals. St. Louis wins at 5-4. Jimmy Williams' club has lost 4 straight. Jim Edmonds his 11th home run. Jason Isringhausen his 12th save. The Cubs win. Cubs win. That's about how many wins they've had this year. 11-6 over Pittsburgh. Thank you for laughing at that. Fred McGriff, his 6th homer of the year. Mets shut out the Phillies 1-0. Details unavailable. Rockies beat the Padres 16-3. So 2 teams in the National League today scored 16 runs. For those who weren't paying attention, those would be the Rockies and the Dodgers. And that's the scoreboard brought to you by your friendly New England Dodge dealers.
Colorado's been playing some pretty good ball recently.
Yeah, they've responded to the new manager, Clint Hurdle. Any managers fired today? Is this the first day that someone wasn't fired this year?
Day's not over yet.
That's true. Ricky singled and knocked in a run in the 5th. A clutch 2-out single. Ted Lilly pitched 5 innings, plus 2 batters in the 6th, and gave up 3 runs, all earned on 6 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. And a base hit by Sanchez, the first yielded by Ramiro Mendoza. Throw down to first, and Sanchez is back. He was a little frisky with his bluff towards second.
Posada with the pickoff attempt. There's Sanchez with that secondary lead, and back with the head first slide.
Bounce down the line, foul. You want to regale us with a few more James Taylor songs while we have a little delay?
I could go on all night, but I think for the benefit of our fans at home, I'll just stop right there. And for John Wilson, who just thanked me for stopping.
Yes.
Sweet Baby James.
I'd give you a solid C+ for the singing. It wasn't horrible. Three and two. Johnny Damon on deck. 3 runs, 7 hits for Boston, 1 run, 4 hits for New York. There is action in the Red Sox bullpen, which would lead one to wonder if Pedro is going to be back when we go to the 8th inning. He's not in the dugout. He did go up the runway to the clubhouse. Sanchez runs at strike 3. First strikeout for Mendoza. It ends the inning. The Red Sox have left 4. They have a 2-run lead as we go to the 8th, and it looks like Tim Wakefield will come in to pitch for Boston. Lead 3-1. Another terrific performance by Pedro Martinez. He's had the Yankees shaking their heads through much of the night. 10 strikeouts, only 2 walks, 4 hits allowed and 1 run through 7 innings. Didn't have the blazing fastball, but had all of his pitches working. 104 pitches, though, will be it tonight for Pedro, as Grady Little will go to the bullpen for Tim Wakefield.
Wakefield making his 11th appearance. That can't be right. I guess it is right. A record of 1-1 with a 2.34 ERA. His most recent coming against Seattle. 3 innings in that game. Couple of hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout.
Created by John Vanderwall, who took a knuckleball for ball 1. Vanderwall happy to see Pedro out of there. He struck out twice against Martinez. Nick Johnson on deck, and then Alfonso Soriano.
Interesting. They had Fossum also up with a couple of left-handers due up, but I guess they feel more comfortable with Wakefield against these 2 guys than probably some of the pinch hitters who would have come up to face Casey Fossum.
Sanchez throws out Vanderwall. And there's going to be a pinch hitter for
Ladies and gentlemen,
Nick
your attention,
Johnson.
please.
Ron
For New
Cooper,
York, now
the
batting
veteran.
for Johnson, number
Interesting.
39,
The
Ron
left-handed hitter brought
Cooper.
back in favor of a right-handed hitter. We've seen a lot of switch hitters bat right-handed against Wakefield.
Kuma .333 with a home run in his career against Wakefield.
7 for 21. And he pops it up shallow left near the line. Ricky Coomer gone on 1 pitch. Johnson was 1 for 2 tonight. Two down in the 8th.
Number 12, the
Alfonso Soriano 0 for 3.
Alfonso Soriano.
Action continuing in the Boston bullpen. Soriano takes a strike. Boogie Urbina warming up. Red Sox will have to face the tough customers in the Yankee lineup, the toughest. In the 9th, if they get Soriano, it would be Jeter, Williams, and Giambi in the 9th, with Posada to hit 4th. Whether it's Wakefield or Urbina, and it probably will be Urbina, it will be a challenge in the 9th. The 0-2 is low. The 1-2 from Wakefield, just inside. He struck him out with a knuckleball, a 1-2-3 inning. Red Sox pitchers are paying 11 Yankees tonight. To the bottom of the 8th we go. This is the Fox 25 Red Sox Television Network.
Red Sox baseball on Fox 25 is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. Escape to a cooler place with a cold, refreshing iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. And by Nissan Driven.
If you're going to do the billboards, could you speed them up a little?
I'll try my best next time, Mr. McDonough.
Johnny Damon chops one foul. I know we're all really hoping for a Dunkin' Donuts delivery on Saturday, like we used to get last year.
Right.
This is open begging and groveling right here, but bagels and that big box of Joe we used to get. Strike 3. Damon dispatched. But back to the donuts and coffee.
Number 29.
The second strikeout for Mendoza. Speaking of Dunkin' Donuts, as we just were, it's time for the game summary. Pedro Martinez, another outstanding outing. Nomar drove in a run in the first after Damon had doubled. Red Sox have 4 doubles of their 7 hits. They got 1 in the first, 2 in the 5th. A sacrifice fly by Nixon and a single by Ricky Henderson. A couple of hits for Jeter. He's hit in 14 straight. Nothing gets you going like the smooth, mellow taste of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Phenomenon we all hope to experience on Saturday right here in our Fox 25 crew. Think that's enough? That doesn't do the job. It's just never going to show up.
Somebody at Dunkin' Donuts probably heard that.
The problem was we never knew last year who was sending that every week.
Mystery.
And it was always much appreciated. Mendoza's pitched 2 in the 3rd innings of 1-hit relief. The good news is this might take him out of action for the next day or two, although he's got the ability to bounce back. He has had some arm trouble, though. One and 2 on Hillenbrand. Shea singled in the 6th inning. That knocked Ted Lilly out of the ball game. It was right after that that Mendoza came in. So Shea is seeing Ramiro for the first time tonight. Chopper, foul.
See, he'll walk right by the Yankee fan down there and give the ball to a Red Sox fan. Very good move.
Still 1 and 2 on Hillenbrand. There's that good sinker again from Mendoza. Back-to-back strikeouts and 3 in a row overall. He got Henderson to end the 7th inning.
Well, relief pitch has been excellent in this game. Certainly Mendoza for the Yankees. Wakefield comes in and has a 1-2-3 inning in the 8th. Good sinker here by Mendoza, down and in. Hillenbrand swing on top of it, and a little bit of a screen by Shea after missing that one.
2 outs, the base is empty in the 8th. 3-1 Boston. Garcia-Parra in the hole, base hit. A 2 for 4 night for Garcia-Parra. He doubled to drive in a run in the first.
And Omar back up over 300 now.
The catcher.
Started the game at 299, been hovering in that 290, high 290 range for a while.
Nomar at 304, Varitek at 271 as he stands in. 0 for 3 on 3 groundouts tonight. Ball 1. Again in the Yankee ninth, they have Jeter, Williams, and Giambi due up. In all likelihood against Urbina. who's loose and ready in the bullpen right now, just standing on the bullpen mound and watching. 2-0. Yankees have Mike Stanton warming up in their bullpen as Wakefield looks on. He pitched to 1-2-3-8. There's Stanton. Big hack and a miss. Strike in the outside corner. Varitek didn't like the call. But you have to say this home plate umpire Mark Perspex had a very good night tonight. Very few beefs.
Yeah, the beef Posada had was not with him, was with the third base umpire.
In the air in left center. Williams is there, and that ends the inning. We go to the ninth. Red Sox 3 outs away from taking game 1 of this series. Urbina will try to save it when we come back. Sox 9th inning here at Fenway Park. The Yankees held to 4 hits through 8 innings, 7 of them by Pedro Martinez, 1-1-2-3 inning from Tim Wakefield. And they'll hand the ball off to Ugueth Urbina, trying to get save number 15 of his season.
14 out of 15 for Urbina this season, and he is tied for the league's lead with Eddie Guardado and Mariano Rivera of the Yankees, all with 14. His last outing against Seattle on the 19th, an inning in that game, a walk and a strikeout.
Oogie will be tested if he throws 2 more warm-up pitches. Jeter, Williams, and Giambi due up. The attendance here tonight on this spectacular Thursday night, 33,884. First of a 4-game series. Clemens and Burkett here tomorrow night on NESN. We're back with you Saturday afternoon at 1. Start of a big sports day in Boston. Red Sox and Yankees at 1. The Celtics and Nets in game 3 of their Eastern Conference Final Series in the NBA at 5:30 across town at the Fleet Center. Here's Jeter, who went 2 for 3 against Pedro. He had 2 of their 4 hits against Martinez. Both singles to right field. Urbina's first offering, 94 miles per hour for strike 1. Outfield a little bit around toward right for Derek, giving him some room in left center. That was 95 miles per hour. There'll be a little delay as they retrieve another beach ball, and now a fan is run on the field. And he's about to have a very expensive night in jail. They slid headfirst in the home plate. That's the reason why the fans are cheering. Got there just ahead of the tag of one of the security officers. And if I'm not mistaken, Jerry, this is probably going to cost him, from what I was told, this costs you over $1,000 to get out of jail when this happens.
I'd say it's probably not worth it.
No.
He will be handcuffed also as he before he enters that runway down in the Yankee dugout.
When he's a Red Sox fan, he didn't help Urbina, who had quickly thrown 2 strikes on Jeter, and had to wait for a moment before delivering his next pitch. Strike 3, 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Jeter beefs. Go back to the dugout, Derek. That had plenty of the plate, and it was certainly high enough. Adios.
One thing the Yankees are going to see is a different Urbina than they did the first time around. A much harder fastball. That ball certainly caught the inside corner. Jeter jumping back from home plate. Last time they saw Urbina, his fastball was about 91. Now he's 95, 96, 97. Zim's going to give it to him a little bit too. Come on, Zim.
What's he complaining about? It was a terrific pitch. Red Sox pitchers have struck out 12. Williams takes the ball just low. They need a base runner to get the tying run to the plate. Bernie is grounded into a double play, walked, and picked up an RBI. Their only RBI in the night when he reached on a fielder's choice, while Johnson scored in the 6th. Speed pitch, swung on and missed.
Fastball at 97, changeup at 78.
Watching the previous pitch, Jerry, I wonder what would happen if a player, God forbid, it should hit a line drive back at the mound at Urbina while he's in that pose.
Hopefully you catch it.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to respond very quickly. And when he's got that arm down around his knee on the first base side of the mound, you have to spring back very quickly.
See right there, he wasn't in bad fielding position after releasing that one.
He was after the changeup.
Yeah.
He just kind of followed all the way through down to the ground and stayed there.
Now, a lot of that comes after the ball gets by the hitter.
They're looking for back-to-back strikeouts from Oogie. It would be 3 in a row overall as Wakefield and the last man he faced, Soriano, to win the 8th. We're in the 9th. 1 out, bases empty, 3-1 Boston. 2-2 on Williams. Giambi on deck. Broken bat, foul ball over the Yankee dugout. An example of one of the new speed up the game ideas this year. Second bat already in the on deck circle, so the bat boy was quickly there to hand it to Williams. No more of those long walks back to the dugout to pick one out of the bat rack. The 2-2. Just a little bit high. So a full count with Giambi looming in the on-deck circle. Another final in the American League tonight. Seattle beat Tampa Bay 7-3. The Mariners end their 4-game losing streak. They're now 30-16. Competing with these two teams for the best record in the American League. And these three teams, Red Sox, Yankees, and Mariners, clearly seem to be the class of the American League at the quarter pole. 3-2 pitch. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Urbina. And the Red Sox are 1 out away from their 4th victory in 5 tries against the Yankees here at Fenway Park this year.
Once again, the fastball from Urbina, nasty outside corner, had to swing at it. No contact by Bernie Williams. And the follow-through. Get back, Oogie.
Zim's in a trance as Giambi steps in. Oh for 3, Giambi. Red Sox fans happy that he's up there without a chance to tie with one swing. One strike. Giambi has struck out twice and grounded sharply to first. Up and away, 1-1. If Giambi could keep the Yankees alive, Posada would hit next.
Giambi has only faced Urbina twice. 0 for 2 against Oogie.
One pitch. Down the left field line. It is a fair ball. And a double for Giambi. So the Yankees are alive. They'll get the tying run to the plate. Like the kind of ball that ordinarily would slice foul off the bat of a left-handed hitter, but it didn't. It just stayed straight, hugged the line. And it's a 2-base hit. The 5th hit for New York.
That ball up and away from Giambi, almost by him, but he's able to somehow keep that in fair territory and bounces right in front of that 310 mark. Exactly right, Sean. Usually those balls you see slice into the stands.
Now the dangerous Posada. 1 for 3. He doubled in the 5th inning and a strikeout twice. The last time on that appeal down to third when he was punched out by the third base umpire Hollowell and didn't like it. A strike on Posada. He's their best hitter with men in scoring position at 405. It's the 8th best average in the American League with men in scoring position. The 1-strike pitch. Strike 2 on the outside corner. Pedro with a chance to finish it in style by striking out the side in the 9th with the double to Giambi thrown in. The 0-2 to Posada. Bounced foul. Nice play in the front row. If Posada could keep it going, Ventura would hit next. Red Sox trying to end their 2-game losing streak. They have not lost 3 in a row this year. Another 0-2 from Urbina. He struck him out. 3 strikeouts in the 9th for Oogie. And his buddy Carlos Baerga the first out to congratulate him. Urbina now the league leader in saves with 15 for Grady Little. Round 1 of this 4-round weekend battle at Fenway goes to the Red Sox. The final score, Boston 3 and the Yankees 1. Totals and more in a moment.
What makes the remarkably roomy Nissan Sentra the envy of all compact sedans? The best small car, according to Motor Week. the best pure driving machine in the compact car class, according to the New York Times. Hey, if you were a compact sedan, you'd be jealous too. And with low 4.9% APR for 60 months plus $500 cash back, now's the best time to get a great deal on a Sentra. Offers end May 31st. Nissan, driven.
My name is Barb Vonnegut, and I handle all of the billing